Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday, ScanNCut day, and we've got a Black Friday deal on the show today. Whoop, whoop. This is very, very exciting. Best ever deal ever that I've ever done on any platform, ever. You get the message? Brilliant. Right, we've got Becky on cameras this morning. We've got Lewis in the driving seat.
Hello.
Beard's coming on now. Are you happy with it now?
Getting there.
Yeah, suits you.
Grow it out a bit and then trim it in.
Oh, look at you trimming in. Tell you, be on you before you know it. Right, welcome to live shopping. Teasing him, we don't want to. Welcome to live shopping here at Highlight Crafts. We're going to have a cracking day today. We've got this, then we've got this is Dies next door with our lovely Stephanie. Then David's bringing you brand new embossing stencils, Christmas ones. And then we've got the Glowforge at 11, then back on this at 12. Can't remember what's, half price pens, or better than half price pens at 1. And then this tonight at 6. I'm just going to show you something. Look at that. I actually had time to look at it this morning. Look at that. How different does that look? Oh yeah, I'm going to show you how to do that as well. Very exciting, isn't it? Right, let's get stuck in, shall we? So live shopping, what's it all about? Well, it's super, super easy to shop with us here at Highlight Crafts whilst watching all the demos, because you don't need to leave the screen to be able to shop. So you can find us on YouTube if you prefer to put us on your big TV. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram, and on our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. Now, to shop with us on either Facebook or Instagram, we're going to show you a product, and each product that we show you will have a code. And all you need to purchase that is type the word shop and then that code into the comments underneath the video, and that will automatically put that product into a basket for you. Then we're going to send you a direct message. When you open that message, you'll find a link. Click the link. That will take you to highlightcrafts.com, where you can log into your account and then check out your basket. And it's super important that you're logging in. I'll tell you a bit more about that in a minute. Now then, if you would prefer to watch us directly on the website, you can also do that. You don't need the shop codes for that. You just press play, and as soon as that show goes live, all the products in that show will appear down the right-hand side of your screen. You then just select the ones that you wish to purchase, and they'll go into a little red shopping bag that will appear at the top of your screen. When you're ready to log in and check out, you're going to click on that bag, and that will take you through that process. Right, now then, logging in, why is it so important? Please don't shop with us until you've got an account, because it automatically and for free makes you a member of Club Highlight when you open one. And that means that you're going to get extra discount on every single order that you place with us. No exceptions. No, we can't do it on Black Friday deals. We're doing it, and we're doing it on every single order. Then you're going to get 5 loyalty points back for every £1 that you spend. And they will be allocated back to your account in a couple of weeks' time. We need to make sure you're keeping the products before we allocate those points. And on a basket spend over £35 after those discounts, we're going to pay your postage for you. So it's all the good stuff, all the benefits of being a club member, but none of the fees, no renewal, no subscriptions, none of that. Just open an account. That's it. Right, let's say good morning to a few of you. We've got, wow, there's loads of you joining us this morning. Good morning. We've got Faye with us, Linda, Janet. We've got Veronica. Good morning. We've got Wendy with us. We've got Barbara B with us, Doreen, Davina. We've got Jackie Jones. Hope you're all well this chilly morning. I know I like it when it's cold though. I'm good at that. Ever, says Jackie. I know, ever, full stop. Love that. Alison Young says, Happy Tuesday. Carol's with us this morning. We've got Stella with us. We've got Faye. Will the new 16 gig USB work in the ScanNCut? Abso-blinking-lutely. That was the first thing we checked it on. Yes, it will. We've got Sue with us, Maureen, Karen, Alan's with us. I will have a look at your cards later on, Alan. Honestly, it's been a bit chaotic here. There's me and David at the moment, and David's trying to do festival and get all that lot set up in between all the shows, but I will have a look, Alan, I promise you. We've got Yvonne, Miriam, we've got Mavis with us, Jackie's with us. Happy Tuesday, and everyone from Blackpool. Oh, I bet it's a bit nippy there. We've got Morwan with us this morning, Anne, Karen. Good morning, everyone, says Angie. We've got Anwen with us, Pam, Joanne, Jean, Alison. Good morning. Hope you're all well. Husband not well last few days, still not better, so don't know how much I'll say. Oh, bless you, Alison. We've got Barbara, Cheryl, Deborah, Victoria. We've got Julie joining us from, oh, it's hot in Brisbane. And Victoria, I bet it is. It's not here, but we are in the middle of winter, right? What do you expect? Mick said that the other day. I was like, it's blinking freezing out there. I'm like, love, we're in the middle of November. What do you expect? Right, let's talk to you about this Black Friday deal, shall we? Because this is the best deal that we have ever done, whether it's here on Create and Craft, wherever. This is a phenomenal, phenomenal deal. So let me talk to you about the machine first of all. This is the SDX 1200. It's the one that sits on my desk at work. It's the one that sits on my desk at home. And it's the one that Amanda bought. For all of those of you that are waiting for an update, she's home. She's good. She's back in her own space and she's now healing, so we're all good. Right, so this machine is absolutely phenomenal. So first of all, why is it different to other machines out there? Well, you don't need a computer. Obviously, you can use one if you want to with Canvas Workspace, but you don't need to. It's a completely standalone machine. So if you just only ever want to work with all the shapes that are inside the machine's memory, you could do that and make some amazing projects. Also inside is a 300 DPI Brother scanner. Now it's not just some random craft company that thought, you know what, let's put a scanner in a cutting machine. This is Brother. They've been doing scanners for decades, so they know what they're doing. On top of that, inside the machine's memory, you're going to get 1,303 images, icons, shapes, phrases, borders, etc., etc. You can resize those a minimum of 250 different sizes. I know, ridiculous, isn't it? Then you're also going to get 17 full fonts, uppercase, lowercase numbers, and punctuation. You're also going to get 100 quilt blocks. Now, if you're a fabric crafter, this machine is absolutely superb on fabric. Doesn't matter whether it's denim or whether it's your quilting cotton, it is fabulous. So that's what's inside the machine's memory. Now, inside the box, you're going to get a low tack mat and a standard mat, so one of each. You're also going to get all the tools that you need. So you do get your stylus and your spatula. You get your regular auto blade. Now, unlike some other machines out there where they say it's an auto blade, it's not an auto blade. It goes along and it gives you a drop-down menu. This is a true auto blade. It will go along, it'll look at the material, it will decide how deep it needs to go or how many times it needs to cut it cleanly, and then it will go and do it. It's brilliant. You're also going to get your fabric auto blade. Now this is absolutely phenomenal, okay? You're then going to get your pen holder, your 2 erasable pens, so 1 air erasable, 1 water soluble. You do get 6. There's a black one missing off here, I don't know where it's gone. But you get 6 of the drawing pens as well. On top of that, you're also going to get a roll of high contact adhesive sheet, which is what they use on a low tack mat for cutting fabric that isn't stabilised. Personally, I prefer just to use the fabric blade with the mat nice and sticky with your stencil glue. I find it better. I don't know why, because, well, I do know why, because it cuts into that high contact adhesive sheet and you've got to put all the pieces back in. Just try it without it. Honestly, it's brilliant. Right, so that should be $599.99. That's Brothers' recommended retail price for the SDX 1200. What we've done already is knocked £150 off that price, okay? So it comes down to $449.99 before you discount. But it's Black Friday, right? So we've got to do something a bit more than that. So we're going to include all 24 issues of the Tattered Lace digital subscription. Now, if you don't know what that is, we did 2 years worth of the digital version of the Tattered Lace physical magazine. But ours is a little bit different because not only can you do the first 8 projects in each magazine, you can do every single one, from the base card to the mats and layers, the sentiments, the embossing files, the charisma, all of that for every single project. And on average, there's 45 projects in a magazine. They've already been filmed as well. So Amanda filmed all of those when we were doing the digital magazine, not from start to finish, but the bits that she thought you needed to know. you get all your printables and you get that 24 issues, which is incredible value for money. On top of that, because we can, we're going to give you Club 1 to 3, so the first 3 lessons of the ScanNCut Club. Now the club's slightly different in the fact that what I do is I design a project and then we make that project together. So it's not just talking you around the machine or teaching you what buttons do, it's about making a project. So you're going to get the first 3 lessons of that. Plus, on top of that, you're going to get a £50 download voucher that you can use on your SVG files, which is just brilliant, because we know that you're going to want to do this, you know, you're going to want to do it yourself, aren't you? You're going to want to choose what you want to craft with. So we're giving you a £50 voucher on top of all that, which is just tremendous value for money. So if you're looking at buying one, that's our Black Friday deal. It's staying on now until 1 minute to midnight on Monday, because it's Cyber Monday. It said to me at the weekend, Black Friday, when actually is it? I was like, I don't know. It's this Friday, apparently. So that's your deal on that. Let's have a look. Sure, okay. We do. I'm just finding them now, Lewis. Let me have a look. Pauline says, morning all. Favourite day of the week, ScanNCut day. Mel, last night I asked about scanning text printed from Micro Studio. It didn't work, sadly. Not only that, when I did ScanNCut data, I only had 2 boxes on the right, not 3. Yes, Pauline, are you scanning in colour? Because if you're scanning in colour, that might be the issue. So put your scan onto grayscale, scan that in, try and find the middle of every line, see if that works. You might have to use a single line font, love. Unfortunately, that's the way it works. But that should give you those 3 back, because I had another lady the other week with that, and I was like, why is that? And then one of our lovely friends at home messaged and went, it's because you're scanning in colour. See, I very rarely use the colour scanner. Right, sure, okay. Sorry, press the button, Mel. When I got my first ScanNCut, the CM300, I got the stamp making kit but never registered to my CM. Can I use it on my new DX machine? And also, is there anywhere you have done a demo on how to make the stamps? No, there isn't, Cheryl, because that was a long time ago. I don't even know if they still make the kit for us to get one, but it will talk you through step by step. It's literally putting the material on the mat and letting it cut. But yes, you can use it with your DX as far as I know. Right, let's have, oh, defrosting your car, Sheila. I know it's getting to that kind of time of the year, isn't it? Can you use the £50 voucher on the Micro Studio downloads as well? Yes, I think so, Alan. I don't think we would have restricted it to just SVG files. Right, let's get stuck into what's new, shall we? Because we get to launch a brand new 2 Red Robins collection this morning. How exciting is this? Right, let's talk about this. This is absolutely beautiful. Whispers of Wood, Shop Digital, $24.99. Remember, that's before your discounts, as is this. And your points back. I'll do my maths in between the shows. This is absolutely beautiful. So, Shop Digital, I'll get this in your basket. So first of all, you're going to get Snorbert. Look at these little bunnies. How gorgeous are these? Aren't they lovely? You've got the Poppy Bank. You've also got Whispers of Wood Gathering, where you get the tinier versions of all the little bunnies. Super cute. And then you get this Wildflower Way. Now, this is one of my favourite ways of crafting this, because you get the image and you cut that, there's a cutting file to cut that out. And then on your reflections, you also get all your detailed designs as well. So on your reflections, you cut them out with this file, and these lay over there. We're actually going to make one of the little concertina books today, but we're going to use this because I had a thought. No, be afraid. We've also got You've Got Mail down here as well, with that lovely mailbox. Then you're also going to get Bells in Bloom. There's a lot on this one. You're also going to get Bluebell Bound, which is your fence. You then get Cheeks. You do, don't you? You want to go up and squish those cheeks, don't you? And then you get Honey. And then you get another one of those images, Riverside Blooms, with that coordinating cutting files and artwork. Now, on top of that, you're going to get this. You're going to want Micro Studio when I show you what we're going to do in this hour. So it needs a Windows-based PC, and it's free to download right now from highlightcrafts.com. Please get My Craft Studio. It's amazing with ScanNCut. So you're going to get all of these different pieces of artwork. Love the fact that we've done the poppies in different colours, which have different meanings, which is great. You're then also going to get all of this lovely artwork and different colourways with the bunnies as well. You're also going to get your reflections. Now, of course, yours won't look like these. These are the ones for the die cutters, but you will get yours that are appropriate to you. You've then also got your digi-stamps. Well caught, Lewis. The board was about to go crashing. He caught it, nearly. You've got all your digi-stamps in here. Now, these, look at that. Look how different it looks. Looks like it's been stamped and coloured, doesn't it? Digi-stamps. Got that right. Then you've got all your scenes in here. These are really, really pretty as well. And then you're also going to get your overlays. So these can go over the top of a plain colour or another colour, or be foiled. And then you've also got these. These are beautiful. You've got that hydrangea background. I love this with the rusty metal. David's going to go a little bit bonkers when he sees that. Imagine all your steampunk stuff cut out of that. It's going to be fabulous, isn't it? Right, my friends, this is what we're going to focus on, probably in this hour and maybe a little bit of 12 o'clock. And then later on, we're going to go on to our gnomes, our Christmas characters. So if you want this one, Shop Digital, $24.99. Let me just show you a couple of these cards. Now, these have been done with dies, but you'll get the idea. So you can see here how we've built up those layers of that scene and then popped it onto that lovely tag shape. Gorgeous, isn't it? Look at that little face. Just feel the warmth of the sun, can't you? Then you've also got this one with the gathering. Love this. Look how beautiful all these poppies look together. They're great, aren't they? Fantastic. And then look at this one. How lovely is that? One of our shape cards. Isn't that beautiful? How lovely is that? That's never going in a cupboard or a drawer, is it? Certainly never going in the bin. People are going to bring that out year after year. Right, Shop Digital, $24.99 will get you that one. Right, now then, let's talk about these little characters here. Look at these. Look at these. Now, these are all about your paper piecing. Okay, so we haven't done reflections artwork. Wanted to bring you something a little bit different. And this is all about cutting out different colours, snipping into it and building it up. It is broken down to a certain point, but it's not all broken down to individual elements because we wanted to give you something to craft, right? And I'm going to show you exactly how to make one of these, probably at 12, maybe going into 6 tonight. Also, I'm hoping that by 6 o'clock tonight, we will have a brand new posh card for you. I'm hoping. Crossed, it's delivered today. Anyway, if you want your Christmas characters, these were the ones that Stephanie was painting the other day on her cheat sheets, and I asked if they could become SVG files, and we've done it. They're cool, aren't they? I love a gonk. I think they're really fabulous. Christmas characters, shop characters with an S on the end, please. $9.99 will get you those. Look how gorgeous these are. Aren't they just fab? I'm going to use these as my Christmas gift tags, because I think they're really cool. And then I'm going to cut a magnet, cut out of a magnetic sheet and put it on the back, and then they can put them up and have them wherever they want. Fridge, wherever. One thing you don't decorate, do you, over Christmas, your fridge? You can now. Good, aren't they? Right, so shop characters will get you those for $9.99. Now, I also wanted to bring these back for you because these are fabulous. These are our set 14 of our card shapes, and these are my favourite ones that we've done. I think they're fabulous. Ready? Surprise! Look at that. How cool is that for a gift card holder for Christmas? I think this is brilliant. Look at that. Imagine one of those little characters just popping out of there. Isn't that great? So you're going to get that one. You're also going to get the files to make this card, which is your K card. So, ooh, way up. Go on, in you get. There you go. That one, which is lovely, isn't it? So you're getting the files for that. You're also going to get the files to make your star card. Now, I remember making these years ago, but I didn't have a ScanNCut then. I had to do it all by measuring it with a ruler, cutting it out with a craft knife and a ruler. Who knew? So you get that one as well, the files for that. And you also get the files for this one, which is great. Look at this secret slider. How lovely is that? They're good, aren't they? I think they're really, really, really super. Right, let's have a look what Fran's got to say this morning. The characters frustrated me as I could not understand in canvas. You don't need to take it into canvas. I've cut layers and coloured, so although they were not exactly what I thought, I can work with them. Actually, Fran, I'm going to show you exactly how you can work with them, because you just cut them out of pieces of card and snip into them. And if you cut the full one for the green shorts, you then use the rest of it for the scarf and the boots and the hat and another one. So I'll show you how to do that later on today, my lovely, I promise. There you go. How fabulous is that? I love him. Right. Pauline says, tried what you said, Mel, got 3 boxes, yay, but only bits of the text. As far as I am aware, it was a single line font, as it didn't need any filling in. Pauline, I need to know where you got it from, love. It might be the way it's been written as a file. Just let me know, or send me the file over, or send me an email, and then we can sort it out between us. Alan, you could make gnome wobblers with wobbly legs as well. You could. Actually, you know what you could, because you could tie string and have the little knot in the string as the whip of the knobbly knees. Mel, could you tell me which card template set was used for the gathering card? I've looked through my sets and can't work out which one it is. The gathering card. I'm not sure which gathering card. This one? Maybe? That's not a card shape though.
She said card template, so I assume
this one.
that one.
Have we done this one, Becky?
That I've just had a look at it. That one's in set 5.
Set 5.
So if it's
there you
that
go.
one she means.
If it's this one you mean, batch 5. If not, let me know which one you mean, and then we can sort that out for you as well. Right, so that's all your card shapes. Shop bundle, $14.99 will get you those. They're my favourite ones we've done so far. I love those. Right, let's talk about foil, shall we? This is great. So foil for your ScanNCut, but also foil for your hot foil pen. So let's start with the classics first of all. These are absolutely gorgeous. So if you want to foil on top of your reflections, then you're going to need the correct foil to work with an adhesive, and this is it. So Shop Classic, $24.99 is going to get you 15 meters across 5 colors. So you've got a bright gold, a copper, a really deep dark chocolate brown, a bronze, and a silver. And if we just go back to these, look how many detail lines you get on this. Imagine that foiled. They're going to look amazing, aren't they? Got all those detail lines it's going to fill for you. Absolutely superb. So if you want the classic, Shop Classic $24.99 will get you that set. Then we've got Intense next, which is this one. Now on each one of these is 1.3 meters, so you're getting 7.8 meters on this one. Shop Intense, $19.99. You've got your silver, your blue, your bright pink, your wicked green, your red, and your black. That's Shop Intense. And then Shop Glow is going to give you your metallics in a copper, gold, and like a champagne, and a silver, although the silver is rainbow, holographic, look at that. Then you get your pink, and then you get your rainbow foil. Shop Glow, $19.99. Right, I want to talk to you about this USB, because we've now got a 16 gig USB. I'll tell you what, you're going to get a lot of stuff on that, aren't you? That's going to be fabulous. Shop USB, $12.99. Now, we used to bring you 4 gig, then we brought you 8 gig, and now we need to bring you 16 gig, which is fabulous. But each time we do, the price goes down a little bit. Don't know if you've noticed that, but it's cheaper than buying 2 big ones. So Shop USB, $12.99 will get you that. You're going to get loads of stuff on that. My suggestion would be, whenever you create a file, for example, whenever you create a file, take it into Canvas Workspace and title it. And then when you download it, don't send it wirelessly back because it removes the title. Download it to the USB, because then it keeps its title. Because if you're going to have a USB with that much storage, you need to know where everything is. Okay, so Shop USB will get you that for $12.99. That's cracking. Right, now then, let's talk about this. We don't have a lot of these in stock. If you don't own one of these yet, please treat yourself.
The stock is allocated
a third
already. Yeah.
Okay, I need to be quick every time. This is brilliant. So I went to Brother with this. Literally walked in and went, what's that? And you know what my face is like, mouth shut, subtitles come on. So can we not do something like this? And I'd actually taken the metal Dreamweaver pasting stencil scraper. And they went, well, yeah, but I don't think we can do it out of metal. I said, I don't mind. I don't mind if it's smaller. I just need something that's better than that, please. That's really good for getting fabric off, I have to say, because it's really fine. But this, not only for burnishing down, but also for cleaning your mats, is fabulous. Shop scraper, $13.49. Right, now then, we've got some vellum on the show for you. This is the vellum that I would absolutely recommend for your ScanNCut. You're going to get 6 sheets. It's 280 GSM, and the reason for that was twofold. First of all, when you're using your embossing starter kit, and if you haven't got one of those yet, please treat yourself because it's fabulous. You don't want the ball tool to go through the vellum because it's too thin and damage that spongy mat that you've got underneath. You don't want that to happen. So I choose a heavyweight vellum, which is perfect. The other reason I wanted it to be thick is because I want you to be able to add your water-based mediums onto the back of it. So when we've got the pen sale at 1 o'clock, this, you'll be able to choose your pens that you can then colour this in with. It is absolutely fabulous on vellum. This isn't vellum, it's a parchment. Okay, please don't be misled by that name because it's really not. It's thick. Right, now then, last call, I think, for this black vinyl. Stephanie had it on yesterday. This is tremendous value for money. If you want to do your fonts and your writing and you want it to be tiny, get your vinyl starter kit if you haven't already got one, but this vinyl is fabulous. Now you're going to get 30 sheets of black, 12 by 12. It's a matte black, so it's like a chalkboard black, but it will cut tiny. If you've ever seen me do that snowflake, that tiny, tiny 6mm snowflake, if it'll do that, it'll do details in your letters. On top of that, in each pack, you get a 12 by 12 free transfer sheet that you can then pick up your vinyl and transfer across. We'll try and do some of that later on if we get the chance today. But while we've got it on this deal at $9.99, you're paying £4.50 before your discount for 15 12 by 12 sheets of black vinyl and a 12 by 12 transfer sheet. I mean, why would you not? That is bonkers value for money, right? Amazing. Right, now then, Lewis will tell me if it's got... Anne says, it took me all afternoon yesterday to redo my USB that had corrupted. Rude. But I had still got lots of space left. The previous one was 8 gig. Absolutely. Imagine what you're going to get on a 16 gig. I know, Anne. Right, let's go and have a look at this. So, first things first, it's going to be a little bit random, the demos today, because I've got lots of bits and bobs to show you. So first of all, we've done this before. We've made one of these concertina books before. I will show you how to set this up so that you've got your perforation lines, etc. I'll show you how to do that a little bit later on. But what I've done so far is made one that was, so I took the picture. This is where it's all going, all right? As soon as I saw that picture, I was like, right, I need that in a little book that I can have out at home just as a little ornament because I love stuff like that. So I thought, right, so I measured this and made the perforation lines a little bit taller and a little bit wider. So you can see there, when you put that inside there, it fits perfectly and you've still got room for that other piece. If not, you can always trim it down a little bit. So I'm just going to glue this together so it's drying while we do something in Canvas Workspace. If that's all right with you guys. Well, I'm Micro Studio actually. I know, check me getting all technical this morning. Now, when you're putting this together, you want this piece to go at the back. So what I've done is I've left one of the perforation lines there. Okay, so I haven't folded it. And then you're just going to pop each one of these little hills, if you like, into each one of those valleys. So we're going to go in like that. So you're creating like a dovetail joint. Okay, let me just get that in right. I have to do it this way because I can't see it. Bear with. There we go, this is better, look. So each one of those goes inside each one of those. And then you're going to wiggle it, okay? And you're going to press that down nice and firmly, get it as tight as you can. And then when you're gluing it down, make sure that that piece there is level. As long as that line's level, you're good. Then you're going to take a little bit of your glue. Don't need that much, get rid of some of that. Just make sure that it's all pressed down properly, okay? Don't just put a little bit of glue and then stick it. Make sure you smooth it out. And then we're going to hold that in place for a minute. Then we're going to flip it over and we're going to put a little bit of glue inside there as well. So let me just get that wiped up there. There we go. And make sure that it's then straight that way. Okay, so then you'll have a perfect frame. Right, when you're happy with your positioning, squish it down, get your tweezers or a peg, whatever you've got, whatever you use, and just hold that in place while it dries. Okay, and then we're going to build that picture. But I wanted to show you something that I think is really quite exciting, and I'm sure there might be loads of you doing this already, but 3:30 this morning. What is it with 3:30? I don't know. Anyway, Minecraft Studio. I know, right? So we're going to open up the scene building first of all, and we're going to bring on a few of these little characters. So we'll have, let's do, I don't know, let's do Cheeks, because I love that one. Look at that face. Let's bring on a Poppy. Let's bring on, I like the mailbox, so I definitely want that. So I'm going to bring on that one. And I'm also going to bring on, here we are, Snorbert. There we go. Right, so I've got my 4 characters now, and I'm bringing them on just at the size that they are when you open them in Minecraft Studio. Then we're going to switch to the Digistamps. All right, so if I go into here again, and we go into our Digistamps this time, we're going to bring on those that are appropriate. So Cheeks, first of all, will give me this black outline. Now look what happens when I put this over the top of there. Now it looks like it's been stamped, right? This is super cool. Give the Poppy that definition. So yes, you can foil them, absolutely. But this, I think, is just brilliant. Look at this one. So now you can print these off, right? So print them off in the size that you want them. So always bring your stamps on first would be my suggestion, because if you resize the image first, you've then got to resize the Digistamp. So it's easier to do them both at the same time. So if I grab both of those pieces there, way up, technology again, there we go. Grab both of those, I'm going to group that together. Then I'm going to grab both of these and group that together. Same with the Poppy. Both of those and group, and then also Snorbert, love that name, group. There we go. Right, now we can make them smaller, because now we've got exactly what we want. So we're going to have that size. I'm going to make that much smaller. So let's take that down to there. Poppy, I'm going to make a little bit smaller, and that's going to go on there. And obviously you'll take more time and position all these exactly where you want them to be. And then we'll just make Snorbert a little bit smaller too, and he can pop on the bottom there. So you will then fill that page and then you print it off, okay? So once you've done that bit, and I've done one that's a bit bigger just so that you can see it a bit clearer, just retap my mat as well. You'll end up with this. How cool is that? So now they all look like they've been stamped, right? So if you don't want to foil, if foiling's not your thing, or you just don't want to foil every single thing that you do, you've now got the ability to turn every one of these into what looks like a stamped image, and then looks like you've coloured it. This is brilliant. This is like a whole new world now, because not only do we have all our reflections, not only do we have the foiling files for all our reflections, because we now bundle Minecraft Studio with your SVG files, you've now got all the stamps. Well happy about that. Right, cutting them out. Let's cut them out, shall we? So we're going to load this in. All right. Now, what the other thing that this has done by doing this has prevented there being an area that the ScanNCut can't see, because it's given you that black line around the outside edge, right? So we're going to scan, and we're going to scan to directly cut out the pieces that are in there. So we're going to use the machine. This is where you can change from colour to grayscale. I never do that, ever. I just always, well, very rarely, occasionally, but not very often. I just use the grayscale. And we're going to scan this in, and then I'm going to ask it to cut it with a 1mm border all the way around the outside edge. Now, if you've never done a scanning cutting position alignment, I need you to do that. I'll show you when this is finished cutting exactly how to do that. It talks you through it. You just need a piece of white 12 by 12 and a regular cutting mat. So it's now recognizing that information. So when I press OK, not only has it found all of those characters, it's found all of those lines on my mat, all the cut lines. So we're going to drag over there. We're going to preview it to make sure that we're happy with it. Then we're going to press OK because we don't need any of that. And then I'm going to ask it to put a 1mm offset line around the outside edge. And then we're going to press please select and cut and start. There we go. There you go. Job done. Easy, right? I love that. Thought it was really cool. Right, we'll come back to this bit. What I need to do now is find my book. Here we go. That should be enough now. And we're going to start building this up as a picture now. So I'm just going to stretch it a little bit like that. So when you get your files, you're going to put your picture at the back. Please tell me it's not quite a little bit too tight. Let's go. No, perfect. Look at that. Love it. Right, let me just get that right down to the bottom. That's the other thing that you have to do because you're creating that tight concertina. Just make sure that everything is pushed right down to the bottom. There we go, like that. So what prompted me to do this was I was looking at it and I thought, oh, we've got all of those different layers that we can use as well, which will be super cool. So I cut all of those out and then I cut some of them in reverse as well. And I'm not going to worry too much about it lining up over the picture. What I'm more interested in is creating that depth of field. Okay, so we'll work out all the pieces that we've got first of all, and then we know exactly what we're working with because we've got all of these different pieces here as well. So if we look at this one is going to go up here like that. So if I position that there and I use a little bit of flat glue underneath the edges, and then a little bit of either foam tape or decoupage glue, that's going to work perfectly for that. Let me just unload that and then we can have a look at that in a minute. So what I want to do is work out what goes where. So I definitely want that one there, and I'm definitely going to put it on to some glue gel as well. So let's position this one first of all and then we can work our way forward. I thought this was really cool. Instead of just making your box standard cards, I thought we could do something a little bit different. And you've got perforation lines inside your ScanNCut. If you've got a CM600 or a CM300, you won't have, but you will find a video on our YouTube channel showing you how to create a perforation line. So once you've got that in position, just press that down at the side. All those little concertinas will make sure that it picks it up, and then you're going to go in with your glue gel. Okay, so you're going to lift this up, or your foam pads, whatever you prefer to use. I don't mind, doesn't matter to me what you use, as long as you've got that depth in there like that. So now we can see, just move that down ever so slightly. There we go. So we've now started to get our first layer coming forward. It's cool that, isn't it? Because you get your reverse reflections, it works really, really well with that. Then I'm going to put this one in, but there should be another one somewhere that goes behind there, maybe this one. So this one is going to do both of these layers here. So we're going to do the same with this. We're going to put wet glue in here. I just thought this was a really cool little project. Imagine this with your Christmas. I'm sure we must have done one at some point that had artwork like this for it. Have a look, see what you can find. And don't forget, if you've already treated yourself to that Black Friday deal, you will have a voucher to spend already, which is very exciting. Don't miss out on that deal, guys. I mean, it is a Black Friday deal, so it's not something that we're going to be able to do on a regular basis. So if you've been thinking about Christmas present for somebody, if you've got somebody in your house that's like, oh, I really, really, really want one of those machines, today's the day to get it. Can I just say that? Because seriously, that is the deal to end all deals, and there's no way we could do that on TV. We're passing on that saving. Right, so the next one here is now, don't want that one, I want this bit here. Where are we? That bit there. And now I'm just going to make it up as I go along, quite frankly. I am. I'm just going to make it up as I go along. Not like me at all, that, is it? Winging it. Let's put this one in here. I think I'm going to have that one at the front like that. No, I don't like that because it's got that straight edge. Let's see if we can find another one here. That's better. We'll put this one on here.
We've had a question.
We've had a question.
Can we use the voucher on this collection?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely you can. There's no restrictions. The half price downloads that we did on Sunday were just up to the end of October. But now, yeah, absolutely you can. That's a great thing, right? That's why I wanted to give you a £50 voucher so that you could then go ahead and buy your own pieces of art that you liked, right? Right, now then, let's have a look at some of the other bits and bobs that I've got here because I want to start adding some of these poppies in here and there. So I'm going to slot these. Let's have a look. Let's lay it all out first of all, Melanie. Get yourself organised. Yeah, I'm actually think. Let me have a look, see if I've got another piece here. I have. Let's have a look at these pieces here. Tweezers. There we go. Oh yeah, I like that bit. That bit can come at the front there, like that. And then I've got another piece here that can come further down like that. Yeah, that works. I'm happy with that. Right, let's get a little bit of glue gel on here. So flat at the side where it's going to get tucked in, and then lots of detail there. That works for that. And then we're going to put this piece at the front like that, so it covers it all over. And then we've got somewhere for our little bunnies to play, because they need somewhere to play. So we're going to pop those in there. I think I might give this to Sam for Christmas because she's got bunnies. She loves them. Right, so let me then put this piece in. Now this is the bit where it gets a little bit tricky because you've got to get this over those layers. Although on this one, I don't think it's going to be too bad. Famous last words, right? Right, so.
Do we have a card template for this concertina?
No, I'm going to show them.
Okay.
If it's not now, it'll be 12 o'clock. It's just literally a perforation line. If you're part of the club, you will have learnt this in your class 7 when we did the rosette. But it's super, super easy. So I'll tell you exactly what I did and then you can make the same thing. And then if we don't get it all done in this hour, we can continue at 12 o'clock because we've got 3 hours today. Right, so let's keep folding this backwards and forwards. Get all those concertinas in place like this, and then you've got your concertina that's going to go on the top. Right, so we're going to go in here again. This is the trickiest bit because it'll want to move because you're trying to get both sides in at once. So then we'll come to this side, set that inside, and then we'll go down here like that, and then we're going to push in. See what I mean? It wants to pop open. This is the trickiest bit of all. But once you've got it, you've got it. So push it in then, and then press down nice and firmly. Oh, making sure that you've got your picture in the right place, because we don't want that to squish, do we? So let's get that in there. Like that. Right, that picture needs to just go back there a little bit more. Right, bear with. I might have to do this off air, just because I don't want to waste all my time doing this. Right, I'll put that in after. I think I need to just spend a little bit more time than just throwing it together, to be fair, because that's exactly what I'm doing right now, throwing it together. Right, let me sort that out in between shows and we'll come back, I'll show you. You've just got to get the right, you've just got to get it in the right place. Let me just pull this up here a little bit. I don't like being beaten. Well, it won't beat me. Oh, that's what I'm doing. I'm putting it in the wrong slot, Melanie. That'll be why then. Come on, over there. Right, let's move that tree. Let's get you in there first of all. And then let's get you in there like that. That's better. Right, let's try again. See if we can get it in this time. So, in. Let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One side, and then let's get you in the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. It's because I'm working with quite a thick cardstock as well. That doesn't help really. There we go. In. Oh, you little horror. You just want to keep coming forward, don't you? I don't want you at the front, I want you at the back. Right, we'll do that after. That's just boring, and it's sitting watching me do that. Right, let's have a look at this, shall we? Are you ready? Most satisfying thing in the world. Oh, it will be. My blade is sharp enough. What is going on today? It's been a morning already this morning. Yes. Oh, there we are. My blade was fine. Look at this. Look at that. Every single one of them now. Look. Now you can only obviously do this with the ones that you've got as digi-stamps, but you get quite a decent amount of digi-stamps. Look at that. How fabulous are these? And look how accurately that machine has cut it, down to the finest whisker. Look at that. Isn't that just amazing? So now, not only can you do all your foiling, but now you can also do all your reflections, or as many as you get with your digi-stamps, like that. How cool is that? So now it literally, because you'll look at it and somebody will go, have you coloured that? It's good, isn't it? What a difference. So this is the poppy. Let's see if I can find the right one. That one. Without, it's a different one, but you'll get the idea. And that's it with the digital stamps. Aren't they good? I love that. Fabulous, aren't they? Right, let me show you how to set up this concertina, and then I can carry on fighting with that. It's that picture at the back, it needs to be stronger. Right, okay, so you're going to measure the size of your picture. Okay, so this was, let's have a look, 150, and you need to be accurate. So 152, right, so that's the size of my picture. So if I go into patterns and go into borders, and I go right down to the bottom, and then come up a couple of spaces, I'm going to use that perforation there. Okay, I'm going to set it on the mat. I'm going to go to edit, editing the object, and rotate it 90 degrees and press OK. And then I'm going to go into resize, and I'm going to go into my spanner, and I'm going to change it to millimeters, and I'm going to make it 150 to 156. I'm going to add 4 mil on. There we go. And then I want, let's have a look how many you need, because I just did a random amount. Let's have a look how many you're going to need. Well, as many as the layers you want to have, basically. I think that's the kind of key to it. It's really annoying me now, that. I'm like that. I'm like, oh, I'll do it later, and then I can't do it later. Now it's all falling apart. Go on, in there. Yeah, it needs gluing properly. And time to dry, right? Right, so let's say you want 12 of them, because you've got mountain valley, mountain valley, mountain valley, look like that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we want 12 of those. So set it to 12, press OK. Now, you need to get the positioning just right. So if we go to this button here, which is your arrangement function, and you then go into your spanner, I put it on pattern interval 3. That's the distance between the lines, or between the shapes when it positions them. So when I then press OK and put them in a straight line, there's all your perforation lines. So if we press OK now, we're going to group that together. So edit, multiple select, everything on the mat, press OK, go back to editing the object and group it together. Okay, so you've now got your perforation lines there. So we'll move that over there. We're now going to add, and we're going to add a square. So go into your basic shapes, set that on the mat. Now, this is 156. I'm going to make this 160 high, because I don't want the perforation lines to perforate, okay? So we're going to make that 160. So separate the height and the width. Make it 160 high by, how wide is that, 110. Right, I'm going to make that 135, because I need that extra bit at the, oh, not that one, Melanie, honestly, undo again, there we go, this one. We're going to make that 135. Is that what I said? Yeah, 135, I can't remember. 135. There we go. Right, now we need to put that inside there. So we're going to multiple select everything on the mat, press OK, go to your directional arrow buttons, alignment, and align it centrally vertically, centrally horizontally, press OK, and then group it together. So those are your side panels. Okay, so you need 2 of those. Then what you're going to do is rotate that 90 degrees, so it's that way, and you're going to measure left to right on that picture. Okay, so we're going to measure that, and that is 106 mil. So we're just going to go into here now. We're not going to change the height as it is now. We're going to change the width of it to, I can't remember what I just said, Melanie, 106. So we just now take that down to 106, and that is your file for your top and bottom. So you only need to make it once. You don't need to keep remaking it over and over and over again. You make it once, and then you adjust it, height, width, etc., and then you cut it out. Once you've made one once, you don't need to make it again. The only other thing I will say to you is make sure that you go back in and put your pattern interval back to 1, because otherwise when it lays everything out on your mat, if that pattern interval is still set on something other than 1, it will put bigger spaces in between all your shapes. Right, I'm going to finish this off because it's going to drive me mad. I'll get the top bit in and then we'll finish decorating this at 12, and then we're going to go on and do one of those little gnomes because I think they're fabulous. Pauline's asking
the calibration alignment.
Oh yes, right, so if you go into your settings here, scroll down and you'll find ScanNCut in position and adjustment there. Let me just show you that again. Where it says opening screen on off, ScanNCut position adjustment. Click on that, press OK, and then you're going to take a white bit, tells you install the blade header and a mat, white sheet of paper attached in the machine, shift the scanner lever to number 1. After the machine is set up, press start, and it does the rest for you. Then you'll get 2 images of like a crosshatch, and they're not clean solid lines either. So just have a look. There'll be 2 little dots, one inside each one, your X and your Y axis. It will ask you if that is correct, and if you say yes, it will then reset your machine, which is great. Yes, I've lost my stylus again, Mitch. I know, well, I've only got one. I keep giving them away to people who've lost them. I know, right?
We've had a lot of questions and comments about your cinema trip with Alice yesterday.
Oh, Sunday, yeah, we loved it. Went to see Wicked. She was brilliant. We walked in and Jack, her brother's going through his goth stage. Black eyeliner and everything black and dark and, yeah, mad. I walked up and I said, right, come on, let's go and get popcorn and a drink. So she went over and they've got those big drinking cups, haven't they, with Glinda on one and Elphaba on another. I went, do you want a Glinda one? She went, why would I want that? It's pink. So we went for the black one. Yeah, it was great. It wasn't quite as good as the first one because the music wasn't quite as good as the first one, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it was really clever how they brought in all the characters from The Wizard of Oz. You'll never watch The Wizard of Oz in the same light again once you've seen Wicked. But yes, it was really, really good fun, and she had a lovely time. Went in the arcade first of all. Took her on one of those grabbing machines. Well, you know what they're like. They're a waste of money, aren't they? So I gave her her money. She put them in, missed. Put another one in, missed. So when she went to get her ticket, because they give you tickets now, you don't get cash anymore in arcades, you get tickets. So you have to feed these tickets in, and then you get enough to buy one little packet of Swizzles. I know, it costs you a fortune, but it's brilliant. She loved it. So we went over to the guy to give her a ticket, and she said, no, I just need to say that machine over there is a complete Swizz. Does anybody ever win? It's like, I don't know where you get your sass from. Right, I'm going next door now. Well, I know Stephanie's next door. She's going to be bringing you the die collection of this. I'm going to do a bit of tidying up in here, and then I might go and join her because I think that's going to be a lovely, lovely show. So make sure that you stay tuned. And then at 10 o'clock, David's got new embossing stencils, Christmas ones, I know. And I'll see you back here at 12 o'clock for this, and at 11 o'clock, I think, with Glowforge. I don't know. I need to go and check the rotor. I'll see you in a few minutes' time, though. See you in a bit. Bye.